Welcome back to Ferocious Education, this is Ed. Today we're talking about TRCH, specifically as well relating to the deadline for the ONG sales. Now let's jump right into this one without further ado. So TRCH, I covered multiple videos on this one before, specifically as well relating to the estimate of the dividends as well. I went anywhere from 50 cents to the average of $1.50 to others as well that I looked over of a dividend of around $4.50. Or even going up to, I think there was some dividends that we calculated together up to 42 based on others' estimates. Now for me, I think that there would be a minimum of around 50 cents or so. Anything above that, that's gravy for me. Now in terms of TRCH, we do have some latest news as well with metamaterials and some indications that would give us a bit of an idea onto where the closing date would be. So for metamaterials, if you do notice that the actual metamaterials haven't dropped back yet, however TRCH seems to have tanked quite a while and it's accumulating around $1.50. I'll go through that in a minute. Now in terms of the metamaterials themselves, they do have a conference coming up. They're on the 12th and the 14th. So that's where they're going to be presenting. So they mentioned right there, a series of panel discussion and company presentation will take place on Wednesday, April 12th to April 14th, followed by one-on-one meeting on Thursday and Friday, April 15th and 16th. Metamaterial will present on Tuesday on April 13th, 10:15 a.m. and to 11 a.m. So that's something that would be bullish for us because we get to see more information there. We might actually get more disclosed information specifically as well as we're reverse merging with metamaterials. And that is something bullish. You always want to look into the company that you're reverse merging with, and if you can get more data out of there, and that's one of the massive events metamaterials is going through, this reverse merger into the Nasdaq market, and I almost can guarantee that they're going to be talking about it or at least referencing it. Now in general, what we see here, we move on towards institutional buyers, and if you'd like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave notifications on for this channel. If you'd like to join our Discord server, it's in the description below. And so for institutional buyers, what we see here is that MetaGreg have around 1350 now in terms of the total number of shares as a passive investment. Now this could be relating towards assets diversification or just general raising money for debt elimination. Now we see as well another company here, Concaida National Core, really liquidating their position, but generally institutions seems to be somewhat quiet about this one. Insiders, we see here that they have 6% convertible promissory notes, so these might be actually relating to debts. And we move on. We get some hints here about different disclosements regarding the due date, and there's one in particular that we get to see on here. So fairly stringent requirements with respect to the process for selling oil and gas assets, including covenants requiring Torchlight to take steps in that process prior to the closing arrangement and a June 30th, 2021 deadline to complete the divestiture of oil and gas assets. So that is something that was left in there that would give you a hint on when those deadlines would be for the selling of oil and gas assets. So anytime from now until June, you might get to hear a bit more information regarding that. Now, granted, we are in April, so we got April, May, and the end of June. We are on 3 months for them to go with that. So some people are a little bit impatient, so that's why we need to go on towards technical analysis and see, on a technical analysis point of view, what is the psychology of traders and what are they thinking in this moment. Now, 1 week perspective will look a little bit different to 1 day perspective, so I'll do mention a few parameters that we're looking at into a 1 week perspective. So on the MACD, we've gone negative here, and this indicates an accumulation which we're seeing already happening. Now, momentum is still positive, and that's bullish. It's highly oversold, means a correction would push the price a little bit northwards. And we get to see that the 50 SMA, this purple line, is climbing up closer towards the 200 SMA. And if the 50 SMA does break that 200 SMA line, it actually triggers a bullish indicator called the Golden Cross, and that's a bullish thing. Now 30 EMA is above 10 SMA, that's a bearish thing, but let's take a look into a 1 day perspective to see that trading action zone. And we see here that the 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA, and that's a bullish thing. Above the 206, that's where things get a little bit interesting because right on 227, it fully becomes bullish. Currently, it's in this trading action zone between the 206 and 184. What does that mean? The trading action zone is where most positive reversals occur. So that's the majority of them occur in that area. Now the MACD is going towards a positive attempt. So when the next Monday or Tuesday, it's going to be attempting that positive reversal based on this MACD. Current ADX doesn't show much, it shows it's more of a sloppy play, but momentum is creeping up towards the 0 level, trying to break it. Now on the moving averages, you get to see that this one is expected to trade on the Bollinger Bands in the top 263, in the bottom 148. However, the moving averages themselves, they're looking to trade at 226 in the top, 205 in the middle, and 185 in the bottom. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both in an accumulation zone on the bottom, and we need to look into some Fibonacci retracements and supports and resistances. So we're looking up from the 483 level, and we're going all the way down to the 21 cents. And we see the significant resistance currently is sitting at 197. Following that, 251, 306, 384, and 483. Current support is only at 129. Now we can go ahead with a price line action to see significant supports. We see a very strong one at 179, 158, looking at 133, and then we're diving down to 99 cents and down to 68. Significant resistances, a very strong one does exist at the 193 level. Above there you're looking at 209. Above there you're looking at 234. Above there you're looking at 258, and then 298, 321, and then up to 351 and 371. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, there's definitely a lot of questions in my mind regarding how much that special dividend is. Now, I myself don't like to play special dividend stocks, but if your focus is onto metamaterials itself, it looks quite interesting in terms of a stock to purchase and hold for a while. Now, they themselves are a penny, or were at least a penny stock in the Canadian market, so you're not merging with a high-tech company like Palantir or all that stuff, but nonetheless, it is definitely one of the interesting plays. Now, just granted, I do have a feeling that once this merger goes through, the dividend is announced, and the date of a dividend is announced, people are going to start pulling back. And metamaterials might be worth a lot less than what it is right now in terms of market cap because of all the people that will be selling just to get the special dividends over basically holding the stock for metamaterials. So just be careful there. What do you think about this ticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. And a quick thing here, if you've stayed this long in the video, I would love to invite you to my Discord server. It's in the description below. It's totally free. What we do here is sometimes pick long-term swings, long-term positions, swings, etc. We do scalps as well during the day. It's totally free. It's more of just trade ideas in general. And we also trade together here in Trading Floor. We have also chats during the week to discuss our trading sessions, strategies, etc. Feel free to join us. There's no obligations there, and have a wonderful day.